is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. You never know. It could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
All right, nephew, thank you. Subject, I hope he can fix his issues. Dear Stephen Shirley, Anthony and I have been dating 2 years. When we met, he told a lot of lies. He said he was single, he said he worked as a bookkeeper, and he said he had a big house on a huge piece of land that he owns. Come to find out, he was newly divorced with grown children, and he's a pastor. He told me that he was practicing celibacy since his divorce, and then turned right around and put it on me that night in his car. I mean, he really put it on me and had me thinking that there's no way he's a preacher. He's 61 and I'm 40. In the past year or so, he hasn't been able to match that first sexual performance, so I've been disappointed. He said he has some issues with his body and he's working on them. He started saying he wants to marry me to distract me from the lack of sex in our relationship. I told him that if we're getting married, I want to meet his children and visit the house he owns and see all of that beautiful land he told me about. He said his children have issues with him dating so soon after his divorce, and they do not want to meet me. In regards to the house, he said he's having an issue with ownership after the divorce. Every time I try to figure him out, there's an issue. The biggest red flag for me is that he's not ready for me to attend his church. He said my age is an issue and his congregation will judge him for dating a prettier and much younger lady. I reached my breaking point and I told him I need a break. He asked me what's the issue, and I yelled back, you are the one with all of the issues. How can he say that he loves me and wants to marry me, but he can't manage his life better than this? Well, that's a question you have to really ask yourself, like, why are you still there with this guy? Because as long as you keep putting up with his lies and his distractions, he's going to keep on doing it. He's baiting you with the marriage and I love you talk just to keep you around, and it's working for him. You have named several red flags, not just one, but like we women do, you're still there waiting for him to change and just magically turn into this man you want him to be. But you keep putting up with his lies and his issues, as you call them. You haven't given him a reason to change. He's getting everything he wants just by being like he is, lying and telling you what you want to hear. So why are you still with this guy? He's not even bringing it in the bedroom like that first night in the car, you said, which is crazy by itself. But what does he offer you after 2 years? What is Anthony doing for you? You need to leave. Once you step away from this situation, then you'll be able to see Anthony for the man he really is. Steve?
All right. Normally, I try to help women understand men by trying to show you the upside to the guy. Maybe he meant this, maybe he meant that, but I can't help Anthony.
Anthony.
It's just too much, ma'am. And I'm going to call it as I see it. You've been dating a guy for 2 years. Now, you say when you met, he told a lot of lies. Now, one thing about it, when you tell a lot of lies in the beginning, you have to tell a number of follow-up lies to validate the original lie. I know this for a fact.
Said the expert.
So, with all these lies he told you in the beginning, and you can't imagine the number of lies he's had to tell to keep that lie going. So let me walk you through it. He said he was single, said he worked as a bookkeeper, and he said he had a big house on a huge piece of land that he owned. Come to find out, which means through discovery, he was newly divorced with grown children, and he's a pastor. Now, why would he keep that from me? Well, let's discover why he kept that from me and how he's maintained it. He told me that he was practicing celibacy since his divorce, and turned right around and put it on me that night in his car. And I mean, he really put it on me. You didn't have no question that day when he told you he was practicing celibacy? And then y'all did it in the car that night. So the celibacy thing was to get you, what, comfortable? Make you think he was more than he was or something that he wasn't? And then it had you thinking there's no way he's a preacher. He still ain't showed you that he's a preacher. And we'll get into that. He's 61, I'm 40. In the past year or so, he hasn't been able to match that first sexual performance, so I've been disappointed. Well, we can easily fix that one. Have y'all thought about getting back in the car? That seemed like that ought to solve that. He ain't been nothing since the car. Then he said he had some issues with his body and he's working on it. Here comes some more lies to fix the previous lies. When we come back, I'll tell you all the rest.
All right, we'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject: I hope he can fix his issues. We'll get back into it right after this. All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is: I hope he can fix his issues.
Like I said, normally I try to help men, but I can't help him. This is a man that you stated in this letter has told a lot of lies in the beginning. And when you tell a lot of lies in the beginning, you got to tell a lot of follow-up lies. Because as time goes on, those original lies will start having some light shed on them, and you got to muddy the water and darken up the room with some more lies. So here we go. When y'all met 2 years ago, he said he was single and he worked as a bookkeeper, and he said he had a big house on a huge piece of land that he owned. Come to find out, he was newly divorced with grown children and he's a pastor. Now, the bookkeeping thing is probably because he the deacon, the pastor, and the financial officer. So he is keeping the book, probably. But that's going to come into question almost immediately, and I'll tell you why. Because he told you that he was practicing celibacy since his divorce, and then turned right around and put it on me that night in his car. Lord, and I mean he really put it on me. Had me thinking there's no way he's a preacher. Now already that him being a pastor is up for question. So we got to get some more lies going. He just told you he was celibate that evening in the car. Now got to come with some lies to fix that. Then we got to get into this big house, piece of land, and all this here. He's 61 and I'm 40, and in the past year or so, he hasn't been able to match his first sexual performance, so I've been disappointed. I said earlier, that's easy to fix that one. You can easily fix that one because all y'all got to do is go get back in the car. You got to go to where the event occurred, where it was really good. Maybe he do his best work in the car. Ask him if he can remember those positions and y'all get back in the car. He said he's had, and then he ain't been able to match his performance, so I've been disappointed. He said he's had some issues with his body, and he's working on them. See, now we got to start repairing the life. I'm a pastor, I'm celibate, I'm 61, all this here. I got a lot of land and a big house. He started saying he wants to marry me to distract me from the lack of sex. I'm assuming this is you saying this and not him. Or did he tell you he wants to marry you so y'all can quit talking about how much sex y'all ain't had? I told him if we're getting married, then I wanted to meet his children and visit, to see all that beautiful land he told me about. Okay, now, we got to have some lies now to fix that. So here we go. He said his children have issues with him dating so soon after his divorce, and they don't want to meet me. You really think this man that told these kids about you, if there is some kids to tell you about? You think he done told them about you? No. No, he ain't mentioned you. In regards to the house, he said he's having an issue with ownership after the divorce. You're never gonna see this house.
Never.
Ain't no issue. He either don't live there no more, she got it in the divorce, or there never was a house in the beginning. Every time I try to figure him out, there's an issue. No, every time you try to figure him out, there's a new lie. Whenever you tell a lot of lies in the beginning, you have to tell a lot of cover-up lies to validate the original. The biggest red flag for me is he's not ready for me to attend his church. He said at my age, it's an issue, and his congregation will judge him. Let me get something straight to you. This man is not the pastor of that church. If you come to that church and see him at the door with his hand behind his back with a glove on, you can find out you dating an usher. He is not the pastor of this church. And if you come, you gonna know, because he ain't even gonna be sitting in the pulpit. He gonna be the real shocker when you pull up. He gonna help you park your car because he's in the head of the parking lot ministry.
Wow.
Then he said he's not ready for you to attend his church. He said that your age is an issue, and his congregation will judge him for dating a prettier and much younger lady. Have you ever went online to look up this church and seen who the pastor was? Have you ever thought of doing that? Absolutely. Or he has a church, he still got the wife, because you ain't been to the big, beautiful house. Nothing. Then he asked me, and then, okay, anyway, he'd have a problem introducing you because you're pretty and you're younger, the congregation. And then he asked me, what's the issue? Now you got mad. You the one with all the issues.
He yelled.
You the one. How can he say that he loves me and wants to marry me, but he can't manage his life better than this? What life? You ain't seen no life. This man ain't got no land. He ain't got no house. He ain't got nothing. He don't have a church. He's an usher.
Leave your comments on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram and Facebook at Steve Harvey FM, and check us out on the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app. Coming up next, it is Junior and Sports Talk right after this.